Hey guys, I'm Neil Blade. Today we're gonna be building with an MCM moderator.
What? Okay.
Hi. Hello, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, I'm a moderator.
Yeah. You didn't start off being a moderator though.
No, I first started out like everybody else. I just started out as a resident. You have to register, and then getting to know people. Then I became an assistant mayor of a town, where basically I have some responsibilities with towns and plots and stuff like that. Setting up plots.
Are we gonna be building a? Sorry, I'm changing subject on you. Are we gonna be building a house today, or what should we build?
Well, I was gonna lead into that, but I'm mostly a builder, not really a moderator.
Yeah, you started off being a builder.
Yeah.
We figure out what we're gonna build.
A house for someone that's first starting out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. This is like the first thing you should build is some kind of shelter.
What most people starting out, they do this number.
Oh yeah, the cobblestone house, the one block builds.
Usually, what you can do first is adding logs to anything. It gives you another texture, gives you another color.
More contrast.
More contrast, everything like that. If you're starting with and then there's a thing called layers. This is 2 layers. Third layer would be if you want to just add some stairs. That gives you another layer, just more to look out, more detail. Now as far as once you get this going, once you get the eye something to look at, let's say you want to go to your second floor, a lot of people will just do this number, just go straight up, and you have your second floor.
Yeah, exactly, mimic the first floor.
You can either bring the logs out like this. On the second floor, you can, let's say you do want to do that like that, you can even let's say bring this out like this. Don't be afraid to come out, but the only thing about that is if you do come out, then you probably want to give it something to where it looks like it's
it has a base.
It has a base.
Yeah, some support.
It does have support, even though we know this is Minecraft. You can build in the air, but you know, to make things look interesting, you want to at least make it look like it can be real.
I like bringing the logs across the roofs or the ceiling or the floor. That way it brings a nice texture to the ceiling if you use half blocks.
Right. If you're doing the beams, I usually do the half slab like on top of the log and not on the bottom of it, so it's not flat.
Yeah, so you get that pop out effect.
But the thing you have to keep in mind about this is that people may not be on fancy graphics. So if you put something on top of it, you get these little glitches.
Like, yeah, now if we see underneath, you can see the lighting errors from all the different... There we go.
If you're gonna do odd, don't be afraid to put one below.
Absolutely.
There's a glitch on the MCM server.
It's not just on the MCM server. Dinnerbone still has to fix the doors. I like doing this as well. I'll take like the door down so it swings the other way.
Once you actually make this a room, then you would bring it up like this as well.
Another note: if you are using these stone bricks and you're building in creative for your survival world, you want to make sure that you're not using the monster eggs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've done that more than once. And it'll just eat away all the cobblestone that you have. So you started off being, back to our original subject, you started off being a builder for MCM. You weren't originally a moderator.
Yeah, I wasn't really a moderator. After I was an assistant mayor because I did such a good job on that, then on my free time, what I would do is I would try to prove myself on my building skills to the architect of the server.
Kikyo.
Yeah, Kikyo.
Speaking of which, have you seen the bunnies at spawn? I hear.
You mean at the hub?
Yeah, at the hub. I hear he's responsible for that.
He is. I tend to not look at it because it doesn't look like an architect should build that kind of stuff.
Even there's like bunny parkour now.
So after you get your basic outside structure done, then you want to think about your floor layout.
But grass doesn't work. Cut it.
No, grass doesn't cut it. But if you want to make it interesting, it depends on what size of your room that you have. So, whenever you have a shorter ceiling like this, to make it to where it doesn't feel cramped, you want to make it look taller.
Okay.
So the way that you achieve that is if you put a darker color on the ground and a lighter color on the ceiling, then this works in real life as well. And if you notice that the ceilings are white and the carpet is usually brown, because it makes the room look bigger.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, when you have a lighter color on the ground and then a darker color on the ceiling, your eyes will tend to go to the ground because it's a lighter color. What we're doing right now is a randomization. A lot of people call it shotgun. Like if you shot a shotgun, then blocks will go in certain places. The other option to that, if you want it to look more clean, like it's a brand new building, you could do like an outline.
Outline or a border.
Yeah, outline or a border. This is more of a modern look, more clean look. If you're doing cobble, you're going with the same theme of, the house is more worn and stuff like that, then you would probably go with the other theme.
Yeah, the shotgun.
With the shotgun look, because it looks like, things have, broken up, so people had to patch up the floor.
Oh, there's the carpets too.
Yeah, you could do the carpets as well, but that's again going back to the modern look.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, I'll even build a frame like this and not even put in the walls, and I'll build the roof first. Before I even build any of the walls, so that I have a basic outline, and then I'll go to the roof, and I'll actually build the roof before I even build the walls.
Yeah, I'm one. I don't like doing roofs. It's stairs connect funny, and I don't like the lighting bugs most of the time. So.
But the problem that I have with going from top to bottom is that I have problems with interiors.
Yeah, a lot of your builds are pretty cramped.
So, always, if you're wanting to impress anybody at all, you always want to have an overhang. You always want something to go past your main structure of your building.
In roofing, that's called air bypass. That way air gets up into your ceiling, depending on if you have a hot roof or I did a lot of construction.
And 90% of the people who are first starting out are doing exactly what Neo does. Yep. They do stair step, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
It looks like a giant V though.
I'll show you something real quick. This shape right here is how you do the arched roofs.
Okay.
So you keep this in mind. If you want the roof to go more straight up and more to a point, then you would add more of the full blocks like this, and that makes the roof go higher.
Well, the highest peak we can go, because of the way stairs act, is like that, if I remember correctly, if I can do it right. I'm not getting it right for some reason. There we go. That's the highest peak top, right? Like cap.
Right, but you would only use that if you're using the even number. The one that is outside of, like this is the main structure. The one that goes outside, I have one there, and I usually I go one step up from there. Right. I put this little detail where the stair is going down. And another thing I always do is I always put an upside down stair in between. So this is where I usually start this little pattern down here. I go there,
Go up one, and
then you go like this, and then this is where you start the next one.
right. Gives you that nice little curve, simple peak.
Another tip is that I like to build the roofs in two different blocks. You have the outer rim, and then you have a different block for the inside of the roof.
Right. The ceiling.
Correct. Another thing I like to do is I like to just do the outer place first. Oh, you had it right actually.
Okay.
I like to do the outline first because that basically gives me an idea of what the shape will look. Again, going back to building the outline. Now,
those are called guidelines.
Yeah, guidelines. Now, I'm actually glad we're doing this jut out here because, as I was saying before, you know how you want the roofs to go to a peak. You add more of the full blocks.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why that's important is because if I do this like I did on the other roof,
it ended up too tall.
It's gonna mesh in, and it's not gonna look like there's two roofs.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why it's important to know that to add the full blocks is if you have two roofs like this, and you want the other one to distinguish over the other one, then all you do is just add another block. So another thing that I do, because these are so close to each other, instead of doing the second stair from the original one, I just immediately start with the full block.
Okay.
So that gives us our basic shape of what we're looking at.
Oh yeah, it's definitely coming together.
So that's why it's important to just start out with the outline, because as you can see, we can see, even if I didn't have these stone bricks here, even if all I had was just the oak logs, then even with that you can get the basic shape. So as Neo knows, the way I build is I will build a skeleton first, or a frame, and then I would fill it in later. Again, I mean, I build a completely different way whenever I'm thinking of interior. So.
Oh yeah, your builds come out completely different when you're doing interior first.
Mm-hmm. And that's where you go into function over cosmetic.
Yeah, I'm more of a functional builder. If it doesn't have a function, I have no really purpose with it.
And that's where me and Neo clashes, because I'm like, well, Neo, you can add this block, and then Neo's like, well, that's gonna mess up my redstone.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta give redstone room.
That's why you have builders and you have redstoners.
There's the redstoners, there's the builders, there's the survivalists. There's the people that just like to administrate and set up servers and see how they work. The plugin people, the development people for that.
And you got PvPers and then mini gamers. There's so many different realms now with other servers. At this stage, what you do is, do I want it to go taller? Do I want a window? Do you want a fireplace? So, I mean, from here, this is where you would make decisions. There's one little other tip that I like to do personally. So what you would do is fill this in, and then on this first one, you would usually have a block underneath it, so you would just put a full this. But on the second one is going to be exposed to the eye, basically.
Yeah.
Most people would probably just continue. They would put a fall block, but to me that looks plain.
That, and it wastes a lot of space as well. It does.
Right.
It looks more cramped.
Mm-hmm. So instead of putting a full block, I usually put a stair right here. Because it gives it more shape on the inside, and everything like that. So it's a little bit more interesting on the inside. The second reason why I like doing that is because in Minecraft, some light does pass through stairs
And half slabs, yes.
Yeah, stairs and half slabs. So because you did that little detail right there with the stair upside down here, your roof on the outside is actually going to glow a little bit.
Which helps if you light up your attic all the time. You won't have mobs and creepers and stuff like that appearing on your roof.
I was just going to real quick go over accent blocks. I like to use quartz as an accent block. So when you're far away, then this is what you see. So even if you're doing a wall without windows, then you could, if you have a bottom floor like this, then what you could do is you can add in some quartz here, because you get another color. Plus, like I said before,
The whole lighting. Yeah.
The whole lighting where the light comes through the stairs, so you're gonna give yourself a little bit of light on the side. Yeah, the way that you put an even into an odd build is by sectioning it off. Because I have an odd, I can put a beam in between these two different sets of windows. So I have an even window, but it's odd still because I have this beam in the middle.
Right. Which gets into the other thing we wanted to talk about is palette, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, palettes can help you know what direction you're going so you don't stray too far, which is really easy to do in Minecraft, to go on some tangent.
And then I always have a log in my palette as well. So I have two different blocks with the stair, one slab. Of course you can have more, and then I have one log, and then these three open slots.
The other reason it's nice to have a palette like this, I just can come over here and use my roller mouse and click down, and boom, I have a stair. And then boom, I have that. I can quickly grab what blocks I want and then reassign new blocks to my hotbar without worrying about flipping back and forth.
So the reason why I chose the light blue, I could have gone with the light blue or the light gray, but the light gray blends like way too much into the wood tone.
Yeah.
So
Makes it look bland and
boring.
Right.
So that right there, which the light gray is not bad. It's not a bad color. But earlier when it was like this, because earlier we had the spruce in here, and that's the reason why we came to this conclusion, is because we had the spruce in here.
Yeah, it was blending way too much. The logs were blending with the walls, were blending with the roof.
If I get stuck, a lot of times I'll rethink my palette and I'll look over the entire build, and like kind of how we went from the spruce walls to the clay walls. So now my palette has changed because of that, because the spruce in that particular aspect didn't really look that great.
Right.
If you want to do your windows later, afterwards, I just do solid walls first, and then poke out where the window goes, and then just with simple tricks, you can basically, you want to make the exterior look even to the interior. It's really hard to make bigger windows like that look good, because you're limiting the amount of space that you can detail.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on how much effort you're wanting to put into it. Because I mean, if you have maybe 2 windows, or I mean, the more windows that you have, the more detail that you could put into the build. I mean, there's also the functional aspect of, you don't need a big window because you want to see a creeper as you're coming towards you.
There's also what's around you. Maybe there's this really nice build that's right next to you that you
Right.
you want to keep an eye on.
But that's the there's pros and cons to the bigger windows. The con is that you're limiting the some of the room that you have to put more detail into it.
Oh, much skill.
There's a trick that you can do here. If you place blocks around.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that. Maybe like that. Maybe the other way. Let's see here. Oh, now I'm gonna get 3 smaller ones.
There's not a 2x3, I don't think.
No, there's no 2x3. That looks good. That looks very homey. Okay. It doesn't look horrible. It's not what I would do, but
then we can do this.
we could also just put a torch in the middle as well, because that's the only lighting.
I was actually gonna do one step further than that. Because I am good at redstone.
Oh yes, the best at redstone.
Not.
The best. It's gonna show on the out. Oh wait, no, it's not, because we have that log on the outside. That's nice.
That's the reason why I'm the exterior man.
I like that. All right, that's good. That can stay.
Because
there we go. Just on the other side.
I like to do exterior first because you can do these little hidden things like this. And with this kind of light, you can get away with the stair underneath it, like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Another little trick I like to do is I like to build fans.
You like to build what?
If you want to do that kind of same kind of trick, I like to do.
Yeah. The lighting like that.
Mm-hmm.
The drop ceiling lighting. I like to think of it as.
Well, that's the drop ceiling, but I like to make with the trapdoors. I'm just doing this purely as an example. I don't think we can actually do this here.
Yeah.
But this is something I like to do. It looks like a fan.
Oh, yeah. I wonder, I've never really tried to do this. Could we actually make a whole ceiling? Yeah. No. We would have to have it like every other. Oh, maybe we could do.
You actually can, as long as you have one in the center, like that.
Yeah, like that.
You'd have to use that one in the center to do that.
That doesn't look too bad, actually. All right, and there we go. One completed house. Looks pretty good. Let's give it a look on the inside real quick so you can have a look around. Simple downstairs.
You gotta give it the full twirl there, Neil.
I'm doing it. I'm working on it. There's the interior. I'm working on it.
There's a whole lot more we wanted to do with it, but we kind of wanted to finish up the video. And I mean, if you have any other suggestions or
something else you'd like us to build,
then just to let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, comment for more. And till next time. Bye.